Good morning, children. I hope you all are keeping well. So, children, today we are going to start with a new chapter of chemistry, that is metals and non-metals. You have studied about metals and non-metals in your class 8th also, but here in class 10th you will study about physical properties of metals and non-metals. Then we will discuss about some chemical properties of metals and non-metals, that is reaction of metals with acids, reaction of metals with oxygen, reaction of metals with water. Now question arises is what are metals, and before that we need to know what are elements. Elements are the undivisible particles of a substance, right? So elements, they can be classified as metals as well as non-metals on the basis of their properties. Some of the metals are iron, aluminium, silver, copper, gold, magnesium, sodium, etc. And some of the non-metals are oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, sulfur, etc. Now let us discuss some physical properties of metals and non-metals. Lustrous. Luster is the property by which they give the shiny appearance. Now, what is the property of metals? Metals are shiny in surface and non-metals do not have shiny surface. Exceptional case in non-metals is that iodine have luster. That means iodine does not have luster. It is not like that. It is an exceptional case. Let us talk about the hardness. Metals are hard. They are generally hard. Exceptional cases here are sodium and lithium, potassium, which are quite soft and they can be cut with knife. And non-metals are generally soft. They are having hardness in diamond, that is the diamond is hardest substance more than any metal even, but generally non-metals exist in form of the liquids or gases, though iodine again is an exceptional case which exists as the solid. These all exceptional cases we will summarize at the end of these physical properties again. Now let us discuss about the state of matter. As I told you, metals are generally solids except mercury. Mercury is an exceptional case which exists as liquid. All of you know this thing. And non-metals generally exist as liquids or gases except bromine, which can exist as liquid as well. Malleability, metals can be heated into the thin sheets. Malleability is the property of by the virtue of which a substance can be beaten into the thin sheets. Metals are malleable, they can be beaten into the thin sheet, while non-metals are non-malleable. And do you know, gold and silver are the highest malleable substance. Let us talk of ductility. What is ductility? Ductility is the property of an element or a substance by which it can be converted into the thin wires. That is called ductility. Metals can be drawn into thin wires while non-metals are not ductile. They cannot be converted into thin sheets. Conduction of heat and electricity conduction is another example, and this exists only for metals again. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. Why this is so? You need to note down this because they are having free electrons. Generally, most of the metals have either 1, 2, or 3 free electrons in their outermost shell, which causes them to be a good conductor of heat or electricity. So they becomes good conductor of heat and electricity. Silver and copper are best conductor of heat and electricity, while lead and mercury are again poor conductor of heat and electricity. Right? Non-metals are poor conductors of heat and electricity. Again, there is one exceptional case of non-metals, that is graphite. Density. Density of metals. What is density? Do you remember? In class 9th you have done mass upon volume. That is, if a material is hard, then generally its mass is less in comparison to its volume occupied by it. For example, if you take 1 kilogram of iron and 1 kilogram of cotton, cotton is porous in nature, so it can occupy more volume. Thus its density is less, while iron will occupy very small space for 1 kilogram. So density of iron is very very high and density of cotton is very less. In class 9th you have done. Similarly, if we talk of the density of other metals, density of metals is generally high and they have high melting point as well. Exceptional cases again, sodium and potassium, they have low melting and boiling point. They can burn easily at room temperature in presence of moisture, water even. In water they burn vigorously. While non-metals have low density and they have low melting point also. Sonority or sonorous, property by the virtue of which materials or a substance gives sound, huge sound, that is known as sonority or sonorous nature. Metals are sonorous in nature. They have good sound. For example, we have the alloys of zinc and copper, and that is used as the bell metal. Similarly, non-metals are non-sonorous, right? Bronze and brass, these are sonorous in nature. Brass is widely used in temples as the bell metal. Oxides. Metallic oxides are acid basic in nature, as we have done in chapter 1 and chapter 2 acid base salts also, that when we dissolve magnesium ribbon, when we burn magnesium ribbon in air, it forms magnesium oxide, and on dissolving this magnesium oxide in water, when we test with red litmus paper, it converts this red litmus into blue. So this is called basic in nature. While when we burn a non-metal like sulfur in the presence of air, it gives sulfur dioxide, and when we dissolve this sulfur dioxide in water, it gives sulfurous acid. So this is all in your activity 3.8 as per NCERT, that metallic oxides are basic in nature while non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. So these all are the properties of metals and non-metals. Now we will discuss about in the next video about chemical properties of metals and non-metals.